Hi guys, hello and welcome to another Keter guidance reading. I'm Yshare and this is that was a hiccup, but this is the first of our North Node readings. Now these North Node readings are for those of us who want to live in the light. We want to follow our true path. We are tired of feeling frustrated, and frustration usually comes from what, guys? From not being on our true path. Due to all the influences in life, sometimes we don't know who our true original self is anymore, right? Now, for those of you who need me to talk very quickly, you can speed me up on YouTube. If I'm on YouTube, you can speed me up, hit those little three dots up there in the top corner, and you can set the speed for faster or slower for those of you who feel like I speak too quickly. And now, as I shuffle these cards, you can go on and like, share, subscribe, and you know what? We're starting out with our Sagittarians this time. Yes, our Sagittarians. Sagittarians have been complaining that I do not do enough readings for Sagittarians. So as I look back, I find that it is true. So this one's for you guys. So we are starting out with a reading for our Sagittarians. We're doing a North Node reading, so I'm going to address your sun, Sagittarian sun. And we're going to begin with those of you with a Capricorn North Node. Starting out with the Page of Swords. So we've got the Page of Swords for our Sagittarians and the Five of Wands. And that's for your sun. And now, North Node. Capricorn North Node. Well now, you're speaking, aren't you, honey? Sagittarius are like, oh, it's about time. I've got so much to say, so much energy caught up inside of me right now. This message needs to get out. Sheesh. You guys, like, you're not even letting me shuffle much. You're not letting me do much of anything. You guys are ready. All right. I think we should take one more. One, guys. One. All right. Bam. And one more for the North Node. Okay. Boom. Woo. All right. So all in all, for the sun sign overall, we've got that 10 of Swords. 10 of Swords. Then we've got our recent past, our Page of Swords. We've got our Five of Wands. For the center of our reading, we've got the Page of Wands for our near future. And for our North Node, Capricorn North Node, for our Sagittarians, we have the King of Pentacles. Sorry, guys, I was feeling energy coming from that card. I had to stop and meditate on that for a second. We've got the Two of Pentacles. We've got the Three of Wands. And we've got the Four of Pentacles in reverse. Interesting. Interesting. So first and foremost, we already know that dealing with our 10 of Swords energy, that's that I can't take it no more. I can't take it anymore. I'm ready. I'm ready for a change. I am ready for something new to come in. I'm putting an end to those things that have been making me feel betrayed, those things that have been holding me back. Oh, all those knives stabbed in my back. It's all the great expectations that we had that failed, that came to naught, and we're feeling like it happened to us, right? But we know here that nothing happens to us, it only happens for us. Correct. So right away, now we've got our Page of Swords energy. Hey, we were off to a great start. We saw a beautiful new beginning happening. We were getting, our thoughts just based on things that happened in the past. We were passionately moving forward. We were ready, and this happened in the past, of course. We were ready to move forward. We were ready to take our first of many big steps but we came with that young, inexperienced energy. We were inexperienced, Sag, right? Inexperienced. And although we were eager to get off to a new start and take on the world, there were things within us that was holding us back. There was growth that we weren't ready to take part in. And so because of that, we felt battled in all directions. Well, we feel now that it's like, everything coming from every direction. It's just stress and strife. And why aren't things working along with me? Why does everything seem against me? But no, man, that's just ego talking. That's ego. You came out here with that new immature energy. You really thought that the person that you were was the person who was going to be able to walk this new path. Baby, you stepped through a gateway. The old you couldn't come through this gateway, only the new you. And so, yes, of course, when the old you comes through, walking in the new you shoes, they're going to encounter nothing but obstacles. And so it's time to go forward and regard things with a new eye. This new you requires a new eye. For sure, be just as passionate as you were in the past, but come in intellectually with a pure heart and mind, and really just stop and look. This is the path to getting where you're trying to go. Yeah, it's just hump day. It's hump day. Things get difficult around about the time of hump day because you've got new decisions to make. You encounter things that you haven't encountered before, or things that seem similar to what you've encountered before, but need to be handled in a new way. The way that the old you did things is not going to work here now. So that's something that you've got to take into account. That's something you've got to consider. If you would like new growth, if you would like to move from what feels to be the barren lands where nothing can grow, you've got to have a new approach, a new way of doing things. So let's see here. With the King of Pentacles. Yes, the King of Pentacles. That makes sense, right? That nice, strong Capricorn energy. Capricorn North Node says, what did I come here to do? Who am I? I have work to do. And I have to balance myself. I have to, first of all, I have to have courage. But no large task for a Sag, right? We got courage. There's definitely courage here. You got to hold what you got. I'm hearing hold what you got to get where you want. So again, it's a reinforcement of the energy of, if you would like to leave this land of feeling betrayed, going through these ego struggles because you're handling things in an immature way, the way of the old you, and not this new powerful you that you're meant to be within this, that it's not even a new you. It's just time for you to step into this phase of existence. This you has always been there, But you had to grow toward it. You had to go through struggles and whatnot in order to, you had to say, you know what? I'm not taking this anymore. And when you did, you stepped fully into this. You learned to balance things out. And they got hectic. They got hectic there for a moment. Look at there. They got hectic. Yeah, you had to dance a little jig. You had to put on a little bit of a performance. But everything that you're doing, that you were doing, that you did, led you to a place of, it's like, you got to learn how to play well with others. You got to learn how to play well with others. You are this. You are very much the king. You are very much the king of pentacles. You know how to create. You know how to build. But here now, you've had to balance yourself out. You've had to recognize that it's time to learn how to play well with others. If you're going to, how to communicate well. You can't just say what you want to say, how you want to say it. And you definitely don't want to go into your shell and always, oh, you know what, it's isolation time. Things ain't going how I want it to go. No, this time you got to do things differently. Because where there is a king, there must be subjects, correct? So you've got to learn how to play well with others. Now, and yes, you're the GOAT. Indeed, you are the GOAT. However, just because you're the GOAT doesn't mean that things won't get hectic if you come through with that negative energy. Yes, even you, the Sagittarian, has negative energy sometimes. And you have got to learn to balance that out. Now, the Four of Pentacles in reverse suggests that you, even here, you must learn to regard things differently. And that's a skill that you're going to have to build. That's a skill that you're going to have to build. The skill of, okay, this is how you see it versus how you need to move to get it done. Yes? Yes, no? Am I making sense for you right now? There's a lot of people around you. You see these pages here? There's a lot of people around you. And they all have input. They all have how they think it ought to be done. They all have something to say about what you're doing. Well, guess what? Even a king has advisors. And you must find a balance. You know, when it comes to working with others, you must find a balance between going with how you see things and taking advisement. It doesn't mean that you always have to listen. But you do want people to understand that their input is valued. And you do have a way of making people feel that you don't care about their opinion. Which is fine when you're being your loner self and doing things the way you want to. For sure, there's not a boss over you. You are your boss, okay? And that's preferred. That's the only way it's ever going to be. However, you're the boss of others, and if you want things to go smoothly, then you must learn to what? Play nice, play well with others, right? So that's what I'm getting for you right now, Sagittarius. I'm getting that I need to learn to play nice, play well with others. Let me see. So the feeling of being stuck, the feeling of you had like a lot of trials and tribulations and everything, that's clearing all up. That was a cycle that's passing on away. It was a cycle that's moving on. It was a cycle. You went through that. A lot of stress, a lot of worry. But the storm is past. All right? Cut your losses. It's okay to start over. Tie up the loose ends. It's okay. It's okay to start over. You know, trying to do everything by yourself is going to make you feel burnt out. It's too much. You're not an octopus, okay? Like I'm hearing, stick a fork in me, I'm done. Stick a fork in me. But you're not done. You dealt with a little backstabbing. You rubbed a few people the wrong way. You were being a little immature. You weren't being careful with how you communicate with others. I'm definitely not being careful with how you show off what you got going on with others. And so you potentially dealt with some backstabbing. But make the necessary cuts if that's what you feel like's been going on. Like, why are we keeping backstabbers close to us in the first place? If that's what you feel like's been going on, some betrayal, then get rid of those who have betrayed. Remove yourself from situation if necessary, but most importantly, understand that it's okay to start over, because that's what I'm hearing. It's okay to start over. I know we don't always want to have to start over. Oh, I put so much into this. I've been building this. But then the time comes to start over, and you got to realize, hey, it's okay. It's okay to start over sometimes. Now, dealing with your Page of Swords, maybe, you were learning new things. You put a lot into this. You did. You were learning so much new. But you learn from doing things. It's okay that they don't. Do you know that the vast majority of businesses don't succeed and they fail within their first 6 months? The vast majority of businesses. And it's not for nothing, because you learned so much. Had you not gone forward and I know you wanted to work out right the first time. You waited and you did it a certain kind of way because it was supposed to work out right the first time. But you learn through discomfort, not through comfort. Everything that you learn through discomfort. It is okay. It is okay for things to not have worked out perfectly the first time around. You didn't feel prepared when you got started, but you started, or you tried to be as prepared as you possibly could. You tried to learn as much as you could about something before starting, and that's okay. And I guess that's why you're so upset, because it's like, God, I put so much of myself into this, and it didn't work out right. And maybe not even at any fault of your own. It's like, oh, it's so hard to find good help these days. Oh, I'm the one in charge. I'm the one who's running these things. And you don't give me nothing but problems. Like, everybody's always got something to say. But you this next stage is going to require great communication skills and just really like refining your mental abilities, and you got to be clear. You're going to need to be clear. And not get rid of the idealism. Don't be so idealistic. And you know what I mean? Like, it's okay to believe in the best. But, you get so hyped up sometimes about things, and you're like, oh, I'm so sure that this is the answer, this is the path, this is the way, oh, everything's going to work out. There is no win without obstacles. And victory is so much sweeter when you have overcome those obstacles. Am I right or wrong? You know I'm right. Once you've overcome them obstacles, victory is super sweet. And these naysayers and whatnot, because I am hearing naysayers. There's always going to be naysayers. There's always going to be somebody with something to say. You understand? So, all right, people have got things to say. How you feel about that? Just focus on getting everything back together. Focus on getting everything back on track. That's what it's all about. People have differences of opinion, differences of personality, and you don't get caught up in these theological, these conversations. Like, don't get caught up. Like, it's unnecessary. You don't have to win the conversation. You just need to win the entire. Like, it's like focusing on winning a battle instead of focusing on winning a war. You got it. Like, just all this unnecessary squabbles. Just forget about it. you go, I hear like, this is my baby. This is my baby. Yeah, it's your baby, but whether it's your employees or your teammates, partners, whatever it is, yeah, it was your idea. Yeah, you got it off to a start. Yeah, it was your baby. But if you need them, act like you need them. There's no shame in needing anyone. We are all here for one another. It's okay to need others, but understand that with that comes respect when it comes time to working together with others. Let me see. Gosh, I mean, I kind of feel like I'm just being redundant at this point. Like I'm just being redundant. Like, cause I just know it's just in-house conflicts. In-house conflicts. That's it. And it's like you're supposed to be competing out there in the marketplace or, within your field, but instead the competition is behind the counter or with your partners or coworkers or, teammates or whatever you want to call them. And you know what? Maybe you keep holding on to some of these folks because you're worried about you're lacking self-confidence. Maybe you feel like you need folks that you don't need at all in the first place. Huh? Maybe you bicker with these folks because you don't want to let them go. Maybe you feel obligated to them. Oh, I'm supposed to be taking them with me. Oh, we're supposed to be doing this together. Or, you know what I mean? Maybe you need to let them go. It wouldn't be the first time in life you had to let people go before. And guess what? You're still standing, right? You're still standing. You're able to move forward. And you don't have to quit everything. Maybe that's just your ego. When you walk away from things because you can't go forward with them or with it without the people that you started it with. So, what'd you say? One monkey don't stop no show. Well, then why are you letting them stop your show? Huh? Why are you focusing on the monkey instead of the show? What happened? The show must go on. That's what I'm hearing. Keep dancing. Keep dancing. That monkey tripped and fell. That monkey stopped and started scratching his butt. Keep dancing. Keep dancing. And they're laughing at the monkey for now, but they'll be back paying attention to you in no time at all because you are amazing. Pardon me. So maybe you need to learn to compromise. Maybe you need to just learn to make changes. And sometimes making changes is compromising with yourself. Compromise. Stop thinking that everything has to be one specific way. So anyways, we move on to this Page of Wands. Okay, well, we dealt with the Page of Wands really, but at the end of the day, let me see, that was the Four of Pentacles. Yeah, so at the end of the day, dealing with this Page of Wands, moving into the future, you need to have optimism, you need to have enthusiasm, you need to be eager. It's okay, and join forces with those who are eager to work with you. Not the grumpy ones that you got to drag out to go do things and you're like, oh, come on. Stop with this feeling of I'm obligated to you, you're obligated to me. Walk away from those who do not share your enthusiasm. Let them go on their path. Let them go towards what they're excited about. Because if you have these little raggedy, saggy, soggy naysayers running around who don't want to build like you, and you're going to know it because they're going to be eager to learn everything about it. You know what I mean? They're not going to come to the door, oh, I know and I got it. Or, oh, so I got to learn this too. No, go for the ones that's like, oh, okay, so what we learned today, they showing up early and all that kind of stuff. Yeah. I mean, really, at this point, am I being redundant? I don't know. I mean, when I go back and watch it, I'll know whether or not I'm being redundant, but I don't feel like I am. I feel like I'm telling you what you need to know, right? So, you gotta have balance in your life. And that, I feel, is why you join forces with a partner, because you felt like you didn't know enough and you didn't have enough, and so you got together with someone else in order for the profits to be greater, you know what I mean, in order for you guys to be more of a force to be reckoned with, you know, maybe because it was another investor or something like that. And I don't know, I guess things got pretty busy for a second, you know what I mean, and you guys were trying to juggle and keep everything together. Gosh, I don't know. Oh, did you try to go into business with your romantic partner? I feel like some of y'all tried to go into business with your romantic partner, like your loved one. You know what I mean? Was it a new relationship? I don't know. Definitely a new business. But maybe you had a choice to choose between two partners, and the one that you chose ended up being conflict. Oh, where am I going? I'm disappearing off the scene. Get back up here. Conflict. Sliding down. Anyway, too much conflict is what ended up happening. And it started to feel like it was getting really hard to work with an individual. And you know, don't look at me. Don't ask me, because you know I'm a walk away artist. Like, I'm a quitter. I'll be like, oh, are we not working together well anymore? All right, well, don't want to do this with you anymore. So, but you know, like you said, you worked hard. You worked hard on this, and you don't want to give it up. And you feel like, gosh, I feel like either way you're going to be successful. I feel like it's been successful. I feel like everything about it has been successful. The real problem is the person that you're working with. It's just stressful. Successful, but stressful. I feel like maybe when you say you need them, maybe the way you need them is more about you've built up a strong love for them, whether they're your partner, your spouse, whatever. It's like, I love you. I don't want to do this with anyone else. If I'm not doing it with you, I don't want to do this with no one. And definitely I feel like the part of your obligation to them comes from the fact that you feel like you wouldn't have come so far without them. But to everything, there is a season. Like maybe you wouldn't have come so far without them. Maybe you feel like you would betray them to leave them behind because you wouldn't have been able to do all this with them. But come on, like, I don't know. If you can't figure out a better way to work together, then the only thing you can do is let them go, right? Is that not correct? And I keep looking at this Four of Pentacles in reverse. Oh, let me let you see the Four of Pentacles in reverse. It's like one way or another, you need to make changes. One way or another, if you cannot figure out a better way to work together, you will have to let it go. Maybe letting it go, hey, you don't have to abandon. Maybe you feel like the whole relationship will fall apart if you stop working with them. But I feel like you need to, excuse me, yeah, I feel like you really just need to look at a new way of I keep coming back to this Page of Wands and this page of, this Four of Pentacles in reverse. And it's like you really need to find a new way. You need to learn a new way of communicating, a new way of looking at things. You've got to stop. Like that's really your true obstacle. That's causing delays and causing problems is that you're clinging on to old ideas. And yeah, you have tried and true methods. Like, I've always done this way, and you know how I am. You know what I do when stuff gets like this. But it's like, that's old. That's old. This is all about the new you. How do you expect to go? This is the old you. This is the old you. Is this who you want to be? Because in order to walk through this gateway, you have to embrace a new you. In order to be this individual right here, your true North Node self, and not just your sun self. Because your sun self laying here dead. The sun has gone down. The sun is setting in the background, and the sun is setting on this because it's time to let go of that. That, oh, you know, I think this way, you know, I behave that way, you know, when this happens, I do this way. I mean, I'm feeling like at the center of the reading, I'm getting a strong message that you are part of the problem. That you need to work on your communication. And that maybe, just maybe, this cycle is happening for a reason. That reason being that it's time to grow. It's time to be a new you. And maybe you got folks around you who are co-signing to your more negative attributes. And maybe you need to realize that you got that partner for a reason. And you need to listen a little bit more to what that partner has to say. And maybe, just maybe, you need some advice. What advice do we have here for this fabulous Sagittarian with a Capricorn North Node? The advice is, the world. The world. Everything in the world. And the Nine of Swords. So you want the world, right? You want the world in your hands, right? Well, starting here, this is the end of, you want the end of betrayal, this new you. You want to stop feeling done, feeling betrayed, feeling like someone stuck a fork in you. And you want the world back in your hands. You want what fate had in store for you from the beginning, your destiny. You want to achieve your destiny, huh? Then what you're going to have to do is stop fighting so much. Rest your spirit, rest your mind. Like, it's time to embrace enlightenment. It's time to stop saying, this is the way I've always done things. If you want to grow, then learn what you needed to learn. It's time for you to embrace this lesson. Everything is definitely working out toward a divine plan. The only one that gets in the way, that can get in the way of this, is you. The only one who can delay this is you. You've got to let go of ego or overcome your ego, your fears, your insecurities. This can actually be a happy and harmonious partnership. But you, my darling, it's time to grow. It's time to do things a bit differently. And this Nine of Swords, once you do this, it'll be the end of all this worry. Like, put your swords down. Lay down your weapons. Lay down your arms is what I'm hearing. Aren't you tired of fighting? Aren't you tired of feeling sorry for yourself? Aren't you ready to make the changes that are necessary for you to go forward? If you allow it, if you allow the peace, then the worst is over. Stop allowing others' criticism to make you, like, you don't like criticism. Ooh, you get nasty when people criticize you. But you don't have to. You can look at it as a point of growth, a way to grow. I mean, hell, if it's that bad, then walk away. If it's that bad, then walk away. If it's that bad, why are you standing here? Why are you arguing? Why are you going back and forth and bickering? Why are you in your feelings and silent treatment and saying smart things? Walk away if it's that bad. I mean, what's better, to walk away and be alone or stay in an unhappy situation, even if you got to fight it by yourself, even if you got to do it by yourself? Or maybe you're lying to yourself, and maybe that damn ego is your problem. I'm just saying. like, comment, share, subscribe. There's a Sagittarian out there who needs to hear this. You may not know whether or not they have a Capricorn North Node. But if this story sounds like theirs, they just might need, they just might, and they need to hear this message. So share it to them, please. Don't leave them out there in the cold looking like a damn buffoon, because it sounds like some buffoonery is going on here. Am I right or wrong? Sounds like some real buffoonery is going on here. So like, comment, share, subscribe. This has been another Keter guidance reading for my Sagittarians, especially those with that Capricorn North Node. I love you guys as always. Yshare is out.